The season of spring is often associated with new life and new babies. But for those who are newly engaged, it means wedding season, a chance for them to share their engagement story.
Last July 22nd, I went to a concert of a country singer that we're both big fans of. He sings a song that means a lot to us, so we went to the concert and then we walked into the apartment and there was like roses everywhere and wine glasses and the ring on the table and like rose petals all over the table that he had set up, and then got down on one knee and gave me this cute speech and then asked me to marry him.
He suggested that we go shopping for some pants, but then on the way all of a sudden we drove past the mall and I turned to him and was like, "Where are we going? You're driving past the mall." He's like, I want to go check something out. I heard there's a really cool trail over here that I want to see. And then he pulled into a place where you could ride horses. I found he was expected and there was a carriage ride booked, and I was starting to think something was going on. But he took out like a bag and it had like an extra blanket in it because he figured I'd be cold, and he pulled out some Kleenexes because he knew my nose always so unromantically runs when it's cold out. And then after the sleigh ride, he gave me a little gift, and it was actually the ring. And when I opened it, I pretty much just squealed like a condor and asked him, "Really?" like 6 times.
We went out for breakfast in the morning to Schmittsville, and then he knew I liked Stratford Park, so he said, "Oh, we can go to Stratford Park." I was like, okay. I knew it was coming. And then we were walking and we went onto the island. We were sitting on the bench talking. He actually had a box of chocolates along, and the ring was wrapped up in a box. And he took out a chocolate and there was like this gold box. It was a box of turtles, like individually wrapped turtles. And we pulled out the box, and then as soon as I opened it up, he was down on one knee and he asked me to marry him, and I said yes.
Tuesday, Joshua asked me if I wanted to go out for dinner. He came over after his class and I was like, "Okay, let's go catch the bus." And he's like, "But I want to show you something first." So then we went for a walk, and as we're walking, I'm trying to figure out where in the world we're going. And then we pass like Earl Haig, and there's like this little path. We go along the path, and eventually we made it to a bridge. And on the bridge, there's this lookout, and it's a point. And we went out onto the point, and Joshua kissed me. And then we walked off of the bridge to the rocks beside it, and he got down on one knee and pulled out the ring and said, "Will you marry me?" And I said yes.
One night I was on the desktop just browsing through stuff, and he was on his laptop, and then he's like, "Erica, excuse me, I want to check something on the desktop." And I'm like, "No, you have the laptop, you can check whatever you want to check on your laptop. I'm using the desktop." And he's like, "No, it's not going to be long, it's just going to be a few minutes." But I was like, why is he insisting to use the desktop when he has a laptop? And we just went back and forth, and I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll give you 2 minutes and quick what you want to do." And he went on YouTube and played one of his favorite love songs that he liked. And then I was like, what is he up to? Why is he putting on the music? And then he's like, "Just give me another second." He went into the room, came out, and I just saw him going down on his knees. He was like, "Will you marry me?" I'm like, "I guess." And then he's like, "Well, you are so primitive for a girl."
My grandpa owned a cottage up north for a lot of years, and we would go there. It was like my favorite place. My grandpa passed away, and Bryce's aunt and uncle live up there. And so he's like, "Well, let's go visit them for the weekend." And then we were up there, and he's like, "Let's go take a look at your uncle's cottage." And I was like, "Okay." So then we went there, and I got to carry this big box for my birthday present. So we sat down, I opened up the box, and inside was a Dallas Cowboys hat, and that's his favorite team. And there was a jersey underneath. And I was like, "This is awesome." And then I wanted to know like which player it was, like whose last name is on the jersey, right? And I turned it around and it was Bryce's last name on the back. And it like took me a second to clue in, and before I could really clue in, I kind of turned and I saw him there, and he was on one knee.
With weddings comes planning, and these newlywed wives and soon-to-be brides share their secrets for the perfect day.
Do you have any wisdom?
Lots of time to plan it. It's important.
Yeah, don't be fooled. Even if it seems like it's going to take forever, it will come so quick that you'll be completely bewildered and pleased, but bewildered on your wedding day.
Relax, calm down. Even if things go wrong the day before, and they probably will, it can be fixed.
Don't stress too much. It'll all work out.
The best place I got ideas was wedding blogs.
I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money on my wedding dress. If I'm going to wear it once, there's no need spending like 15 grand on a wedding dress I'm going to wear once.
Don't get married in February because everything that was available before Christmas is no longer available.
Well, so far the most difficult part for us has been the guest list. One of the things that he said that kind of stuck with me was, if you wouldn't buy them a $100 dinner on an average night, why would you spend $100 for them to come eat at your wedding for the night?
Pack your own overnight bag. My sister packed mine and she forgot pants.
Be really sure of what makes you happy. There needs to be a balance between keeping harmony with what others want, taking ideas from others, and still feeling that the day is your own.
I heard once someone said, you can't just have a vision for your wedding, you need to have a vision for your marriage. And I think that that's like a huge, huge tip.
The joys and the fun of planning a wedding can lead to stress, but these ladies share their secrets.
How have I distressed? Right now, I'm not calling my mom. I've not called my mom for 2 weeks. That's the way I'm distressing.
I think continuing to do things that you love, like I like to play the piano and do all kinds of other things.
You let people do stuff. Like, don't say, oh, no, 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 I'll do it. You just let them go and do it.
So there you have it, the top 10 tips that these ladies have come up with for planning the perfect wedding, and a few de-stressor points for added bonus.